Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Blue. I just want to know I am going to be a little quiet for this video. This week has been really busy for me, and I do apologize, but I did get this video together. I think it's pretty good quality. I am really excited how this dungeon went. There was a lot of testing, with the Brutal Slash, and you know what? I don't like the Brutal Slash in Plus. It's very difficult to use. I would not suggest it at all at this point. So we're going to be doing the Primal build on this one. If you don't know the Primal build, please check out my AoE rotation build. It's pretty much the same as your single target, except you're switching out Brutal Slash for the Primal. And one other thing I do want to show you guys, I just received an email. Oh, hello. I can't get this across. There we go. Alrighty. Hey, hi, Blue, 5, or high five, Blue Closet Gamer. You have reached fans enough to fill a jumbo jet. Cool, so we're up to 500 fans, everyone. That's really cool. I really appreciate it. That's all you guys. Just want to let you know, so I got a little email. Of course, I've been watching that. I know. I'm really excited. But I am going to be a little bit quiet in this video, and it is because my wife is still sleeping. But let's get into it. So this is a plus 11. This was one chested. This is Pugs. I just ran to the group, but I was very excited how it went. So our tank, he told us, by the way, he's going to be pulling 3 different mobs, and we're going to build lusting. I'm a little bit hesitant at this point, because I'm like, okay, usually, we're going to kind of LOS behind this pillar right here. So I'm like, oh, what are we doing? But I'm going to go right after this, going right after the necrotic to see if I can. But what you're going to see in these videos, and what I'm going to suggest out of everybody, is I am going to put up in the side of the video the DPS meters of what you should be prioritizing. In this case, for every single mob except for this one, you should be prioritizing Rake, okay? The only time you should not be using Rake is if all the mobs are raked, or if there's a certain number of mobs. In this case, there is a certain number of mobs. You should be avoiding Rake and just doing straight Thrash, Swipe, and then just Primal Wrath, right? So I was doing that earlier on. Now I'm kind of moving towards like, okay, I'm going to just try to Rake everything and Primal Slash everything. Try to find new targets and Rake. Looks like I'm swiping now, because I feel like I already did Rake enough. You can still see over here there's not a lot of targets that are raked. So here I am going again, trying to re-rake everything. And you are going to see me struggling a little bit with these DPS meters. I had a rough time. I wanted to show you DPS. You can see we're pulling around 30k right now. And then down here I wanted to show you like what's the stats. I mean, I could just tell you right now overall it's mostly Rake and Rip for this one, since it's such a big crowd. I'm just going to start Ferocious Biting now, because that was an infested mob, and I want to try to kill that infested mob as much as I can. Generally you don't want a single target for infested. It's going to mess with your DPS a lot. So I try to just get a Rake on it, get a Rip on it, and then just kind of go through the rotation as if the mobs were not infested. So I am just Ferocious Biting these infested mobs. As you can see, I Typhoon there. Typhoon's great, but I would suggest for anything that's a 10 plus, I actually do really like Entangling Roots. Entangling Roots is really great when you have infested. Just freezes the mobs together. Sometimes they aren't able to do anything else. Okay, so what we said, Rake. Rake's the strongest target. We're gonna Rake, right? Now I went through my DPS and I realized that Rake, so after I Rake everything, what is my next strongest ability, right? For my combo point builder. Well, if it's over one target, anything over one target, I found that I should be swiping, okay? So sometimes I do mess it up. I am used to thinking like, oh, Shred's such a strong ability, but that's not the case. Only Shred if it's 2 targets. Other than that, you should always, or 1 target. Other than that, if it's 2 targets, you should always be using Swipe, okay? So I'm still messing with this DPS and trying to, I don't know why, I just had a brain fart. This was really late last night. I should just go to damage and then click on my ability. Click on, okay, so you can see. So Rake is doing a lot, and Rip. That's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see Rake, Rip, and Brutal Slash, if I can squeeze in Brutal Slashes. A lot of times I'm not really squeezing in the Brutal Slashes unless I'm popping like Berserk, where I go through the rotations really quickly. This is actually a really good mob. So I got Rake up on everything, Primal Wrath. Now I kind of use my just a whole bunch of swipes. And then they died, so I didn't need to re-rake everything. Something you're going to see me do really poorly on is barrels. We do have an ability to like stop the enraging mechanic. So this guy right here, he's enraged, and that's kind of what killed our tank. So I should be soothing these. You're not going to see me soothing a lot. You know, it is difficult when there's a lot of mobs up to be like, oh, this guy's soothed, let me soothe this, you know, because this is messing with it's messing with the global. So you're not going to see me doing that too much. So I got to rake everything. Primal Wrath, rake, finish rake. Now I'm just going to be swiping. And if you, like I said, if you do have enough energy, if you have Berserk up, feel free to go through your rotation, rake everything, Primal Wrath, swipe everything, and if it's just up to you, if you have the energy enough to finish a ferocious bite, and then get back into your rotation quickly enough to do another Primal Wrath, then you're good. So I'm not going to suit this guy because our tank already did a really good job at. So I messed up my damage menu. Okay. Swipe, Primal Wrath, finish my rakes, I mean. Now here's where we're swiping. So it looks like I'm gonna try to bite this guy. Now I'm gonna try to go through the rotation again. Looks like I'm gonna have to re-rake everything. So that wasn't too bad. I was able to bite and then get through the Primal Wrath again, so you can judge it up to you. But it is really dependent on how your energy is going. Yep, Rake, Rip, Primal, or Ferocious Bite. Those are big guys. So this one you're gonna see. This guy's we shouldn't engage that one, but it does look like he does get touched. So I try to just kind of like all in on him. Yeah, so I'm pulling up some. Did one shred. I shouldn't really be shredding, but I was like, oh, I kind of want to focus this guy down. I think I corrected myself, and now I'm doing swipes. So here's where an Entangle Roots would be really great. Luckily, someone else used their CC. Now I'm going to be shredding like a normal rotation. Shredding and biting. You could just see those few bites I did. I think I did like a couple bites on that one. They're all the way top. So I mean, if you can squeeze them out, it's good. But if not, don't worry. Your damage is going to be doing really well with Primal Wrath. Something else I failed to mention is it's just kind of like shred. Shred. Think of shred as your single target. And with my amount of mastery, I actually did the math, and Primal Wrath does more damage than Ferocious Bite if there's two targets. So it's just like shred and swipe. Only kind of like, you know, only do Ferocious Bite, you know, like if it's single target, or if you can squeeze it in the window of the Primal Wrath time. Because you should be Primal Wrathing if there's any more than if there's two targets. So obviously, you know, this is Pug Group, I'm not sure what we're doing here. Who wants to play the next stuff? Probably just waiting for our lusts, which is great. So right here, I'm actually going to bite. I have plenty of energy, so I'm going to bite. Go through the rotation again. This, you can see right here on this target, my rip looks like it's doing well. It's because I fit that target, but the rest of the timer is going to be a lot lower. So just make sure, yeah, oh, well, I still need to reapply my Primal Wrath. So I bid there because if I did Primal Wrath on that other target, he was so low, it just wouldn't have been worth it, right? Because the only time Primal Wrath actually does more damage than one Ferocious Bite is if it's able to stick on the 2 targets for the full duration. Okay, this one's a little bit tricky for me. There is a bar trying to get in my way for this next mob. Well, we're just going to try to rake what we can. This is where like kind of my, excuse me, I'm trying to sneeze. My weak ores, like if I can't see this is where the weak ores comes into place because I can switch targets and I can't see them. But I go, oh, there I need to reapply rip on this target. So right now it should be Ferocious Biting. And shredding. Okay, cool. So it looks like we're done. We're gonna finish off, go to the boss right here. With the boss, obviously only shred and Ferocious Bite. Do not use Primal Wrath at all. I did mess up here, so I'm going to bite. Now I'm going to reapply 1. I shouldn't be reapplying 1 rip, right? I did 3 because I'm like, I forgot about how it works. But that's fine.
Beware.
Okay, it's just me sucking at the bombs really quickly. Fat fingering some other things on the keyboard.
Beware.
But yeah, actually, with the Primal Wrath build, like, the rotation is so much easier. Not hating on the Brutal Slash, but the rotation is just very simple, and it still rewards a good amount of damage.
Beware.
Trying to get this last bomb in. I should have regrowth that rake right there, because you can see my regrowth fell off. I probably wasn't checking out the time.
Beware.
It only had a few seconds, so I should have been like, I'm not going to be able to actually fight with this, so I should have just done the rip. That's the next best thing for me.
Beware.
So I did click that, but it looks like it's kind of had to wait in between each one. So I did regrowth there and rake. That was smart of me.
Beware.
I probably noticed then that my timer is about to fall off. You are going to see me pull up my character screen. That's just like, you're going to see me do a lot of weird things, and you know, like when I'm doing the videos, I could like consciously not do those weird things for a while, but like a 35-minute video, you're gonna see me do some weird things. I do it by accident. I think it's a League of Legends thing where I just click that button to see my stats. So sometimes I just accidentally click it. It's just like, I gotta click it really quickly to see stats or something. It's like, what am I doing? So I Ferocious Bit right there because that other target probably wasn't going to live long enough for a full Primal Wrath. You are going to see me, I've kind of disputed this, you are going to see me breaking the Gahoons. You know, Rake does make Gahoons, it's supposed to make them go slower, but I'm not sure if it actually works on Gahoons. And the damage output from a Rake really isn't that great because it's not going to stay on the target for long. I think your best bet would probably be just to use swipe. If there's other mobs around, just use swipe and try to just get them kind of like as extra damage, but really we don't have a spell that can really focus on them unless you wanted to use a bite. I use bites on them sometimes. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense, but you're gonna see me, I'm like, oh, you know, rake, and then I kind of just like get away from it because rake's a strong spell, but really we shouldn't do anything. So you're gonna see me popping Berserk here. I probably should have been popping Berserk earlier, but I just know on hand that this is a big mob, and what I want to do is Berserk is gonna help me rake every single target and still have enough energy to use combo points. So that's probably something you want to do too, is like, instead of thinking like it's Berserk as like a DPS increase, kind of like in Mythic dungeons, it definitely is. It's such a strong ability, by the way. I'm just going to say this just because I'm going to be a hater a little bit. I was on Discord, the Feral Discord, the day the patch came out, and dude, somebody was like hating on Berserk, like, oh, this is the worst DPS cooldown, you know, in the game, and like, I'm going to tell you, dude, I don't know what you're talking about because it is so great. Just gonna put this out there if you're watching the video. Gotcha. Gonna push these guys. Okay, I got full combo points to the next one because these mobs are really big, so it's great. So I'm going to rake this guy, start off rake, powered rake, finish off Primal Wrath, now try to rake every single target. We do want to focus the big guy, but like, I can't really focus them without giving up a lot of my DPS. So I'm going to try to re-rake everything. If I don't see anything, put a swipe in there. Okay, about this time, everything's pretty low, so I'm like, okay, I need to start focusing on the big guys, so I'm gonna try to find him. Okay, there you go. Now I find him, so now I'm gonna start actually, like, biting. So I'm like, oh, I gotta focus this guy, help out the tank a little bit. So you see me kind of using my shreds. I mean, he was walking away, but I was planning on shredding either anyway, just to get a little bit more extra DPS, get him down sooner. So on this one, you're just going to be looking to shred or to swipe and then try to get them together. Primal Wrath these guys. This one is a little bit difficult. I'm going to open up because I want my first empowered break on them. There we go. So I got a rip on everybody. That was good. Now I'm going to probably push these guys away. That wasn't a great push. Now I'm going to re-rake everything if I can. Looks like when that guy became empowered, all my buffs fell off that guy, so that's a little unfortunate. So I'm getting beat pretty crazy right now, so I need to be careful. Something is attacking me. Okay, you can't see my health, but it's you can see it down here. It was going pretty low. So I'm being a little careful because I still have something targeting me. Alright, now I'm just gonna go single on boss.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Shouldn't have been going that far. Wasn't auto-attacking at that point. Got an empowered rake on this guy, which is pretty good. I'm going to swipe since there's more than one target, 2 targets. All my buffs fell off because that guy became empowered, so it kind of sucks for us, I'm not going to lie.
Beware.
Back to single target, and I believe we're going to be single targeting the rest of this guy somehow. So you can see our damage, rake and rip. This is a pure AoE. That's where you're going to see rake, rip, and swipes are usually pretty strong. In this case, ferocious bite, because now it is with a single target mechanic where the boss is still alive. But mostly on AoEs, you're just going to be seeing rake, rip, and swipe is your most highest damage. Ferocious bites may sneak in there towards the end of the so I'm like, hey, let's just focus on the boss at this point, and it's good. It looks like somebody even like CC'd the mob at one point. Good thing that went down, because I wasn't going to move and he was going to target me. So somebody's asking how our time's looking, so I'm checking on myself. I'm like, oh, how are we doing? You know, because normally we do different kind of polls and people do death skips through this and death skips through the other thing. We're not able to do that because our percentage is pretty low at this point. But I'm just kind of going with what the tank wants to do. Oh, something I did want to say. When your opener is always going to be, you know, regrowth, stealth, and then you're going to be raking because that first rake is so strong. Make sure you try and get a rake out on somebody that's a caster. So that stun is super effective. Got some pretty good DPS out on this one. As you can see, we had those ads come in. I didn't even try to re-rake. I didn't try to rake those. I was like, I had my rake on the 3 main targets. Those ads came in. They were a little bit, they're kind of minor ads. I was just like, I'll just do a swipe. Maybe if you want to really get a good swipe on them, because swipe is affected by your bleeds. You know, if you don't have a Primal Wrath already on them, do a quick thrash. So Primal Wrath, now we got to re-rake some of these targets that just came in here, right? I'm trying to find them. I think I'm good now. Pop in Berserk so I can get through my rotation quicker. There we go. Now I can, because my rakes are about to fall off, so the Berserk also just helped me redo the rakes like immediately. Redoing rake right here? Probably should just be swiping. There we go. That's okay. And I just bit that guy without the energy, without the max energy. Make a mistake here. Get spotted. So I just kind of open up. Tank does a good job at pulling the rest of the enemies. I tried to hold my Primal Wrath a little bit for these guys to pop. Wasn't long enough because there's one that didn't get it. So someone a Primal Wrath in hand.
Beware.
Push these guys with just 2 cannons about to explode. These mobs are pretty crappy. They're the cannon pushes. I forgot what the ability is, but it is a lot of damage. So I gotta be careful here. Pulling out a little bit. I don't want to pull any extra mobs. So it was a little sketchy. Got lucky to pull.
Beware.
See the force cannon. Okay, so this is gonna pop me really good. At this point, I'm kind of like, oh, I need to go in. I want to kill him. But I was really hesitant at that point. And I thought to the side, moving to the side, I could avoid that ability, and I just took it to the face. I think the best thing, I had my Typhoon up. I should have just went straight at him and Typhooned him. And then just single target him down. Okay, so I'm going to rake one guy. And then Primal Wrath. I don't want to waste that rake, even though I had full energy. Okay, you're going to see me re-raking enemies. I'm trying to tab through the targets to find. I know there's 2 that don't have rake. So I just tabbed and I'm like, oh, rake. And I was like, oh, that was one that I probably shouldn't have. Just like I'm going to bite here. I'm going to try to finish these low guys off. Re-raking. At this point, I should probably be biting. Yeah, and I decide, yeah, I'm going to bite. At this point, somebody says they're gonna lust. They want to lust through this one, and then someone told them that they want to wait for the last boss. So I didn't get that last boss part. I was like, oh, we're gonna lust, so I'm gonna pop my my big spells here, because all my spells line up pretty well. I got them on cooldown, so I'm gonna pop my. I'm like, yeah, I'm going ham, right? We didn't even lust, so I wasn't even aware of that. I was like, oh yeah, we're lusting, cool, let's do this. I'm doing good damage. Pretty easy fight here. The only thing you have to really watch on this chick is just watch when she's facing her gun at you. Not for that one. That one's just kind of an automatic. There is a point, there's like a tell that she's going to point her gun at you. Let's see if we can find this.
Beware.
Right here. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I couldn't really see her. But she's pointed it toward the statue of the monk.
Beware.
It looks like he took it, then he's out towards me, so I move away. Now it's done. Now it's just kind of being on your toes. Okay, you're gonna see like my rakes aren't lining up very well with my Tiger's Fury. I'm not holding my Tiger's Fury for like the best, like, oh, get a ferocious fight and rake, you know, I'm not holding it. Like, they're gonna overlap eventually, but it is better if you can like get it right as like, oh, my rake's about to fall. Sweet, I can Tiger's Fury ferocious fight and reapply that rake right away. But I would never hold Tiger's Fury. That's your best cooldown. You want to use it as much as you can. So right now, I Tiger's Fury and my rake's not going to be up for a while. I'm not going to reapply it. But it's okay. Now I reapply it. Still have the effect. So there's just more optimal times to use it that you can get the most use out of it. But like it's just chance. If it happens, if not. Okay, this is a pretty easy fight. 2 mobs. I'm still gonna swipe. Since it's only 2 mobs, I'm probably gonna bite here because I don't have to actually waste a lot of energy on re-raking everything. Maybe I'll bite again, yeah, because like my rip's still on this second guy. He's about to die, so it's not really worth me re-applying it. Yeah, definitely sued this guy because this guy hurts the crap. It's fun. Okay, we do a pretty crappy pull here. But what you're going to see me is I think we're going to this, and I see this, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to try to stun this guy. I'm going to reapply my Primal Wrath, but I'm trying to focus him, but I can't. I get like AoE'd away, right? So I'm like, trying to focus this guy, but now I'm dead. So that's what you kind of saw me do. I wanted to get the Primal Wrath on everybody, but then I wanted to go right back to him, and I just couldn't at that time. The bombs were right on him. So just redoing this, re-raking everything, and then I'm kind of like, oh, this is turning like pretty bad. So we should just reset at this point. And luckily, they're whispering, they're saying, yeah, let's reset, so we're all agreeing. So we didn't waste too much time on that bad pull. I try to jump over this. I think that does damage. I know it does damage on the other end. I don't want it just to take me out of stealth. 2 targets real easy. We end up pulling 3. Looks like my only Primal Wrath that 1 target, so that really sucks. Try to DPS focus that. That's more of a caster job. I end up pulling extra. So screw the pooch on that one for sure. Really wish I could mouse over that and click this out of the way. I hope you guys also noticed, so I did, one of the comments, you guys had some awesome comments, by the way. I want to give you guys a heads up as we're just kind of finishing through this. We're going to do a little bit of a death run once we get the percentage. So I did add this. I think it's a really cool add-on. It is really good, especially for Mythic Plus when I'm not doing as many bleeds, and you're like, hey, is that a rake? Or was that a shred? Or was that a swipe, you know? So this is kind of a good way. I don't know if you noticed that. But yeah, overall, pretty successful dungeon. So I did start these dungeons out early in the week with Brutal Slash. Pretty much the same thing, but Brutal Slash. And I struggled. I'm not going to lie. I struggled to maintain some good AoE DPS. It was just me getting carried, you guys. And at this point, I will never do it again. I don't like it. I think this Primal Wrath is the most successful build, where you can actually be relevant and helpful to your team. And that's what I would suggest. And you still do great single target. So I'm gonna fight this thing because I hate those things. I guess I can just watch off this screen. So I think this is our last pull. After this, we're doing the death run. I'm just focusing on this stupid thing because it's whatever. so we decided to do a death run here. So what's lucky for me is there's a few targets that can actually res. So I can either get the shaman or the monk right here at this point. I was rewatching this video. A mistake that I made is I did do the battle res. I got 3 battle reses. Kind of sketched out about this thing, by the way. So it looks like the shaman's the first to die, so he was just DPSing these guys down. The rogue just stealth, so he's good. So I'm like, oh, something die really quickly, right? So I'm like, okay, let's die really quickly now. I probably should have just battle resed also the healer at this point, but I'm like, oh, let's die quickly. Should have tried to get that cast off. We still would have had 2 in so just a little time that was wasted because of that. Not that big of a deal. But so now he's got to res the healer, and the healer's got to res everyone else. So it's like, kind of stupid that I did that. But you do want to res the first target that you can, because I've had situations where like, oh, I'm waiting on the healer or something, and it's like I get popped, and it's like, wow, that's embarrassing. We got to redo that. Okay, so he's gonna lust. I just figured everybody's gonna probably be trying to get their health up right here, so I'm gonna try to get a quick food in my belly. I just have crit food. This is just straight single target. I actually did pretty good. I applied my rip on the first one on that one. That was a pretty good target sphere, by the way. I was able to get 2. Oh man, I didn't have enough time. I almost had 2 rakes off that tiger spirit and 2 ferocious bites, and it was just about the timing. So that's why I said, like, some, you know, if you can get some that are more optimally, but don't focus on that. Don't focus on that, because you don't really want to stall your tiger spirit at all. Sweet, I'm gonna try to explode on this target. So I'm getting shot at. I've actually died to one of these shots, so I'm trying to actually like get somebody else in front of me, but I'm like, I don't know if you can like have somebody else take your shot for you, but I was like, oh, I'm not dying. Okay, so at this point, when you're not doing anything, I'll try to heal, especially to get when this guy comes down, I have like that blood talons available, so I'm like, oh yeah, let me do something. So I thought he was going to come down one more, but I guess we're okay, so I just move him over there. We do have lust, so I'm going to see how my DPS does compared to the rogue at this point. Like he may have saved his cooldowns. So you're gonna see me, I use my speed boost here. Okay, yeah, I use my speed boost. And the reason I use my speed boost, I see this guy I see that guy right there, so I know we're about to get bombed, and it's like it might be hard to avoid, so I kind of popped my speed boost when I was waiting for my pooling, my energy pooling. We did okay. I was just wondering if maybe like, even though I didn't have my major cooldowns, if haste was going to help us like affect us or damage a little bit more. But it looks like in this case the rogue helped the rogue a little bit more. But that's it. I hope you guys liked this video. I really enjoyed it. Primal Wrath is a plus for M+, right? Really good, really enjoyable, makes every rotation smooth. So just focus on raking, swiping, primal wrathing, and that's it. And then single target's a breeze. But that's it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take it easy.